what is OOP? OOP stands for Object-Oriented Programming. Okay, but what does that mean? What is the concept behind object-oriented programming? Let us say that you have a code, and this is your code, written like this, line after line, function after function, and this is everything. Let us say that the first part of the code does a job, and this job we will call it A. And let us say that we have another part, and this part does a job, and that job we will call it B. You can notice that this code is consisted of parts, and these parts are separated from each other, and all of them are on the same level. You can notice that the code that does the job A consists of parts, and these parts are not combined with each other to represent the job A. And the same for B as A. Let us say that we don't know that this code does two jobs. Now, how can I know the code that does the first job and the code that does the second job? Maybe the first function belongs to the second job and the last function belongs to the first job. And this time you can notice that each part belongs to the first job is not combined with the other part that belongs to the same job, and also the same for B. Your code looks like this. Parts separated from each other. These parts represent something, but we don't know what is that thing because these parts are not combined with each other and they are not working together. But when you combine them, they will represent this thing. This is what does OOP want. The concept of the OOP says if you have a code, does a job, then take it and put it in a block. And this block of code represents a thing. The thing is the object. And object is the first word in object-oriented programming. The concept of the OOP says that the first job will be in a block, and this block is a thing, and the second job or the other job will be in a block, and this block is a thing. Okay, but what is the thing? OOP is a concept that says you have to write your code that does a job like a thing. You have to put it in a block, and this block will be called thing, and this thing has jobs it can do and attributes. But this is still confusing. Okay, let us code. Let's write a variable that is called name, and this variable contains a string. Okay, the string is a thing, is an object, and you can find the jobs that this string can do. For example, we will write name dot, and we will find the jobs that this string can do. For example, we have a job that's called capitalize, and also center, and also count, encode, and these things. These are the jobs that we have said that they will be inside the thing. And if I want to do a job, I will write the thing or the name of the variable that contains the thing. After that, the job. For example, we have used count with this thing. The name or the variable that is called name contains thing, and this thing has jobs to do and also attributes. And this thing is an object. Okay, what about the normal code that it is not a thing? We will write name equals string. The string is a thing, but let us assume that it is not. And this time, that means there are no jobs inside this thing I can use to do something. Because of that, because there are no jobs inside the string, and this time we have to write an external code that does this job like this. And I think this code reminds you of these parts. Everyone works separately and all of them are separated from each other. What about the other code that applies the concept of the OOP? This code reminds you of this. The parts combined with each other and all of them are working together. If the concept of the OOP is still hard, leave it right now and you will understand it in the end.